My name is Madison Mcvey. I am part of the first class of the Computer Science Academy at Northeast. I was also the female representative of it last year, and I'm not sure if I still am or not. um, and I am majoring in cybersecurity, on the cybersecurity side of things. And yeah, I love computers.
That's great. So that kind of, comes to our first question. So what's about the program sparked your interest?
I was at the Guilford County Showcase near the end of 8th grade year, and I had run into my old middle school principal, who was now the chief of Guilford County, and he was like, "Oh, I got this. Oh, so you want to major in computers, right?" And I was like, "Sure." And he referenced me to Miss Keener and the Northeast stand at that showcase. And then I met Miss Keener. I met Miss Johnson again, and then um, just it got me intrigued, especially since this was a new program. And then I was thinking about my current living arrangement since I went to Mendenhall Middle School when I was supposed to be at Northeast. So I was like, I think I would be going to Northeast anyway, so why not? I'll join this.
That's great. How has the program engaged or encouraged you to think differently?
um, it's taught me to be more analytical, and then um, bec- it's taught me to be more analytical, but then also at the same time how simple things can appear complex at first, but then that's the whole point in order to make some sort of solution to make it look easier, feel easier for you. So, and then also how working together has to be another thing as well, because last year we heavily relied on teamwork, with helping each other out with our projects, and then even just getting used to an activity. So I guess teamwork and being analytical.
Okay. How are the courses structured for you?
In what sense? Like
Um,
specify a bit.
so do you think that the way that they're put together, or the way that you go from one level to the next level, do you think that works well?
Um, I think it does, because because the first year we got taught AP Computer Science as a whole. Like we got used to binary, we got used to JavaScript, and then a little bit of Python. And then how, even though we were more introduced into the AI version uh computer science and not much of cybersecurity, it was still we still got learned the basics, or taught the basics, pardon. We got taught the basics in like coding and being able to understand these types of programs. And then we would get split off into either AI or cybersecurity, which we learned the basis of, but at the same time it makes you more intrigued in what you want to do. So
Okay.
I guess that's how well it's structured.
Okay. What makes CTE, or career and technical education, different from any of your other classrooms?
um they're more hands-on, and then for me they're more interesting to me since I've loved technology for as long as I could remember. Like I remember watching my dad work on his computer, and then he even gave me his old laptop when I was around 8 years old. um so just CTE is more hands-on, and then at the same time it can spark different types of reactions, unlike normal core classes, because of course you get your normal mix of reactions, but at the same time you get you what's the word you get more intrigued in the sense that you may not like it, but then at the same time you want to continue it just to see if it would change or not, since these aspects would be used in the real world. And I'm rambling now.
No. I think what you're trying to say is kind of like there's more avenues of investigation.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the yeah.
Okay. All right. Why is it important for those in education to reimagine learning, like school design and how students learn?
Because especially with the current circumstances that are going on with the pandemic, things because which is kind of which is kind of weird because we were surrounded by technology and we thought that working on the computer would be easier when it's starting to get harder to focus on a computer screen for like 6 hours out of your day. Um, so I so I personally think that the more time that we've been using, like having our long classes and then even the teacher staying on for the extra 20 minutes to like help the students if they need any questions. I think that's really useful, especially since with technology and everything, things can be all over the place since we revolve around technology. And then, for example, I'm using my personal computer and I have my other tabs that I need to have open up, which can be a bit of a distraction, but then at the same time, it kind of teaches you self-control in a sense to like no you need to focus on this, you can get onto this later, that kind of thing. So I say just the extra like the teachers being patient and then like with the work and then especially with the students, I think that's really helpful, especially with these circumstances and remote learning and everything.
Okay. Um, if you could leave us with one word that describes your computer science academy and the innovation spaces within it, what would that one word be?
mm, because there are many words going on in my head right now, but honestly for honestly, the only word I can think of is intriguing
Hmm.
because they they go above and because unlike other normal like computer classes, they go above and beyond in a sense too. And then we even have more activities to like team bond in a sense since we have to get used to these kids with us because we see these kids more than in any other classes, so we have to learn to get our teamwork together. And then the classes are interesting. The different programs we use, like Code.org, Code Combat, Cyber America. Um, it it gets you on your toes in a sense to where like you want to explore different. There are different ways for you to learn this. Either be like solving a puzzle with Cyber America, reading an article, doing the assignments. They give you different types of opportunities. Sorry, they give you different types of opportunities in order to do the assignment.
Yeah.
Since we know that for the next, I guess, 2 years and a half, we're gonna
Yeah.
be
Hmm.
like we're in the same classes or we're in the same group of people that we're like more comfortable with each other,
Yeah.
which is another nice thing as well. I thought it was interesting how they were able to get people they were able to like get some companies on board and such with the potential apprenticeship programs. Yeah, I remember for the like some because another way that we all bonded together was we were part of this 3-day summer camp, which is where which I was able to actually make some friends that
Hmm.
I was
Hmm.
able to make some friends, making me feel at ease more
Hmm.
with the academy.
Hmm.
Um, and we got to see different places. Like we had Lenovo come
Hmm.
to our school the first day to like talk about.
Hmm.
And then we also did some like coding activities. Second day we got to go to I think it was the Guilford County Tech Center
Hmm. Okay.
where we got to see like how they were able to detect if there was some sort of like technical issues at different schools, where were they, even like
Hmm.
keep track of their equipment. And then the
Hmm.
last day was at GTCC where we got to see the different types of opportunities. And I have gotten offered instead of taking AP classes to go to GTCC for some of my classes for next year,
Hmm.
which I'm
Yep.
planning on doing.
Hmm.
Which and now that I have like a grasp of what's there at GTCC and the different types of classes they could give that would
Hmm.
help me,
Yep.
I feel reassured and such. So